morning, everybody. Good morning, Caspian. He's thrilled to be here, by the way. You can tell. So, I was reading some stuff this week that I want to get into. You know, Jesus was a clever, clever individual, I believe, and his attorney chops were incredible. So, I want to walk through it with you this morning because once I saw it, I couldn't unsee it. It's about two words in the most famous prayer in the world, buried in the middle of it. I think most of us, including myself, have been saying it our whole lives without really clocking in what they're doing. The words are, as we. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. You know the line. As we forgive those who trespass against us. Most of us learned that as kids. We say it on autopilot. It's got a rhythm to it, almost like a lullaby at this point. Very trite. But sit with the structure for a second. It's not two separate requests. It's forgive me and also, it's not rather, forgive me and also, by the way, help me forgive other people. It's one sentence with a built-in condition, a clause. You are literally asking to be forgiven in the same measure that you forgive. You're not pleading for mercy on some open-ended, unconditional basis. You're setting the exchange rate yourself, out loud, every single time you say the words. And that's not poetry, that's a contract clause. And it's one you write against yourself, fresh every morning if you say this prayer every morning. Caspian gets it. Look at his face. That's the face of someone who just realized there's no print to hide in. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Because I went down a little word nerd rabbit hole this week. And this refers to the Beatitudes. You know the one. The word is meet, M-E-T-E, not M-E-A-T. You mostly see it now in the phrase mete out, like a judge metes out a sentence. It means to distribute, to dole out, to hand down a portion of something, usually justice or punishment or reward. And it's old. It goes back to a root that originally just meant to measure. Measure out and give. It's the idea that whatever you're handing someone, you measured it first. I bring it up because Fox uses the exact words, mete out, in his commentary on this part of the Sermon on the Mount. And once you see it next to the Lord's Prayer, the two passages start talking to each other. So Fox is writing about the Beatitude, blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Right? Stick with me. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. And his point is basically this. The measuring stick you use on other people is the same stick that eventually gets used on you. Not a punishment from some score-keeping deity sitting up there with a clipboard. It's a mechanism, a law. He frames it in almost like a law of physics for the inner life. What goes out comes back. Because underneath all our separateness, we're not actually as separate as we feel. You yourself will ultimately receive the same treatment that you mete out to others, and the same merciful help comes back to you from those further along the path when your own hour of need arises. And then, in the Beatitude passage itself, he goes even further inward. He's not just talking about actions. He says that what really matters is mercy in your thinking. That kind of action paired with unkind thoughts is just hypocrisy wearing a nice outfit. Driven by fear or the need to look good. The thought is the real currency, not the performance. Same way with music. That lines up exactly with as we forgive. It's not asking you to perform forgiveness while seething underneath. Seether, shout out, great band. It's asking what actually is being measured out in your mind when nobody's watching. And I'll be honest with you, This hit close to home a few weeks back when I was working for a company and having some struggle with my coworkers. Some of that stuff was going on at that job. There was a dynamic on my team that I'd call generously exclusionary. A younger crew, a manager who felt a little threatened by someone who's actually run bigger operations than the one I was currently stocking shelves for. And my first instinct every single time was to meet something right back, petty in my head, where nobody sees it. A little internal verdict, a little sentence handed down. In reading this stuff this week, I had to ask myself, if the measure I use to measure, if the measure I use is the measure I get back, do I actually want that measure circulating? Because I don't actually want pettiness boomeranging back to me at the exact moment I need grace. I don't think any of us do. This isn't new territory either. Anybody who's done real work on themselves, taken honest stock of where they've harmed people, sat with someone wiser and older, and let them point out the blind spots, because you can't fix a broken brain with a broken brain. Use your spiritual advisors, use your sponsors, use your great teachers. Shout out to all teachers. Know this principle. Even if they've never called it meat out, it's the same muscle. You let go of the resentment, not because the person deserves it, but because you're the one who's carrying the weight. And because, like Fox says, freeing someone else from your condemnation is actually how you absolve yourself. Savvy? So here's the practice for today. Just one move. Next time you catch yourself measuring someone, sizing up what they deserve, drafting the verdict in your head, pause for one breath and flip the question. Not what do they deserve, but what measure am I comfortable receiving back today from whoever or whatever I answer to? It's a small shift, but Fox is right that it's almost mechanical once you see it. And honestly, better than any lawyer I've ever sat across from. Jesus closed the loophole in 4 words. There's no clever reading of as we that gets you out of it. It's airtight. The only move left is to actually be merciful in thought, not just in performance. No notes from the bench today, Caspian? Fair enough. All right, that's it for this morning. Take it easy on people's verdicts today, including your own. Just for today.